Hello and welcome to Loquitur Gaming. I'm going to finally continue on with my Arkham Horror LCG campaign. This has been on the shelf for a couple of months while I was doing other things, busy with work and all that other stuff. So I wanted to really finish this Dunwich Legacy campaign so I can move on to another campaign soon. So I thought I'd break it out. It has been a while since I played, so it might be a little slow getting back into it, but I think I am ready. There's a couple other setup things I wanted to do here. So what am I playing? I'm playing Where Doom Awaits. This is scenario 6 in the Dunwich Legacy campaign. Actually, we can read the story since I've got it out here. You awaken to the sound of screeching. Fearing the worst, you grab your equipment and head out into the streets of Dunwich. As soon as you step outside, you sense a foulness in the cold night air, an awful pungent smell that can scarcely be described, and a heaviness into the atmosphere that makes it difficult to breathe. The citizens of Dunwich have sealed their doors, and the town feels quiet and lonesome. In the distance, a faint glow emanates from a hilltop above the village. You know of this hill from both your interactions with Zebulon and Armitage's records. It is called Sentinel Hill. The tales speak of satanic rites being performed there, rites in which great ritual pyres light up the night sky while the ground rumbles furiously below. Flocks of whippoorwills perch on the rooftops of the village around you, watching ominously as you climb into Zebulon's old and beat up truck. As you drive toward Sentinel Hill, more screeching fills the sky with an awful pitch that is painful to your ears. Everything you have read about and experienced in Dunwich has led to this. If the foul ritual Seth seeks to perform has anything to do with what Armitage and his colleagues prevented several months back, it involves the favor of an ancient creature, Yog-Sothoth. Or is it Yog-Sothoth? I don't know. Failing to stop this ritual may spell doom, not only Dunwich, but for the entire world. I think they missed a 4 there. It probably should say not only for Dunwich, but for the entire world. So, check the campaign log. If Naomi has the investigators back, proceed to part 1. I don't see anything about Naomi in my campaign log. So otherwise, skip to setup. Proceed to setup. So I gathered all of the encounter sets, put base of the hill, ascending path, and sentinel peak into play. Each investigator begins at base of the hill. Now this is where I have to remove 1 copy of diverging path from the game at random. Set the other 3 copies of diverging path aside, out of play. So 1, 2, 3, 4, I'll just reroll 5s and 6s. It's a 4, so the 4 is going out of the game. And these 3 will be set aside. Right there. Altered path, same thing. This has to be added to the token bag. 5. Also 4. Okay, so we've got 3 and 3. I don't want to get those mixed up with the discard pile up here. Set Seth Bishop aside. So here's Seth. He's set aside. Then based on difficulty level, we're playing standard, so we add a -5 into our Chaos token bag. That mixed up. Depending upon the following circumstances, a version of Act 2 should be used in this scenario. So I've already checked that. I've got version 1 because the investigators restored Silas Bishop. I saw that in the campaign log already. And check the campaign log for each brood of Yog-Sothoth. I don't know. That escaped into the wild, add 1 doom, and we have 2. So we need to add 2 to that, but I want to read those here in a second. If the investigators put Silas Bishop out of his misery, we did not. and then shuffle the remainder of the encounter deck together. I've already pile shuffled this a couple of times. I just want to get it buzzed through before we start the game. There is our encounter deck. And then I think we're done with this for now. And this. It's always nice to have dice handy. We're going to read these. Calling forth the old ones, as you approach Sentinel Hill, you hear ancient Latin rites bellowed across the night. The time for action has come. If you cannot stop the sorcerers in Dunwich, who knows what terrors they might unleash upon the world. Okay, I just wanted to check that camera. That was just a weird angle. I put the card in there. And 12 Doom. And the agenda advances. And then Act 1, Path to the Hill. A vibrant arcane energy fills the air with a bone-rattling chill. The energy swirls along the crushed trail before you and seeps down several other paths before disappearing. Objective: when the investigators have collected the requisite number of clues, they must immediately spin them and advance. So it's immediate, and it's 2 per investigator, so we need 4 clues. We start at base of the hill. Since we're there, it's already been revealed. We can investigate as an action. If you succeed, instead of discovering clues, you put a random set-aside diverging path into play once per round. And we can also just decide to quit. We can resign. Ascending path is connected, but it says on it, the path further up the hill is masked. You cannot move into ascending path. So we can't go there. The only deck change in between games was a lightning gun. It costs 6, has 3 uses on it. I can spend 1 to fight, get +5 fight for the attack, and it deals +2 damage. So that's sweet. Rex did not buy anything with his experience. For his deck, we've got Charisma and Higher Education on Rex. So for Rex, we want at least 5 cards in our hand. They both have Charisma, actually, to get additional allies, so they can have 2 allies. And Zoe has Keen Eye. She can spend resources to get boosts to her stats until the end of the phase. Higher Education on Rex is just for 1 skill test. Let's take a peek at this real quick. Where Doom awaits. Easy standard. So skulls are -1, -3 instead if you're on an altar location. Okay. The hooded character, reveal another token. Cancel the effects and icons of each skill card committed to this test. That sucks. And the Broken Tablet is -2, -4 instead if it's Agenda 2. And the Cthulhu Mask is X, where you discard the top 2 cards of your deck, and X is the total printed cost of those discarded cards. That also sounds like it sucks. So since I already shuffled Zoe's hand, we draw her hand first, I guess. Or not her hand, I shuffled her deck. Draw 5, and we're looking for weapons for Zoe. Just a 1 quick through. We got no weapons. Search the top line cards of your deck. Well, we did get prepared for the worst. Maybe we'll keep that. Just in case in our mulligan we don't get any weapons. Evidence lets us discover clues. Overpower is just some extra strength. I think we mulligan these 4. Keep this one to help us search out a weapon in case we don't draw one. And this is going to have to get reshuffled. So I got to see if I drew a weakness first. No weakness and no weapon. We got Zoe's cross though. which is good. We got Beat Cop, which is helpful. Okay. Glad I kept prepared for the worst now. Put those mulliganed cards back in here and whoopsie, and shuffle. Maybe shuffle. That's good enough. All right, so we've got Zoe's hand. Now we got to shuffle Rex's deck. I am shuffling impaired today. I have never played this scenario before. This is my first time through the Dunwich Legacy cycle. It's interesting what they're doing with the distribution model for this game now. They're going to stop distributing the campaigns in Mythos packs. They're just going to send them out in big boxes, which hopefully will help with the issue of stuff being out of stock. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What does Rex even want? Well, we can't have that. Perception helps him investigate. Bulletproof vest, inquiring mind. Shortcut. I don't want this stuff. Inquiring mind will help me investigate. My book is a 4, and investigating here would be a 3, so I'd be +1. But I think I would rather search out my other stuff, like maybe the Necronomicon. I'm just going to draw 5 new cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Or my allies. The disc. Pathfinder is helpful. Dr. Henry Armitage. Mind over matter and think on your feet. Dr. Henry, after you draw a card, discard that card and exhaust the good doctor to gain 3 resources. Pathfinder's interesting. It lets me move for free. Acquiring minds would not have helped me because there's no clue at my location. Maybe I should have kept perception. All right, so she investigates at a 2. I think that's it. I think I'm ready to go. I've got my tokens laid out. We don't do the Mythos phase. We just start right away on the investigator's turn. We'll cut and be good to go. I think Rex is going to go first-ish. I got quite a bit of protection from enemies on my draw here. I think we'll just go in with a investigate here at a +1. Because none of these things help me with investigating unless I like spin this for the book. Yeah. Just gonna go straight to the chaos bag on the first move here. So we're at +1. Automatic fail. Second action, we might as well do it again. It's nice to get that out of the way early, hopefully. -1, okay, so we succeed. So we draw, put a random set aside. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 5, 6. Frozen Spring. Forced. After you reveal Frozen Spring, lose the remainder of your actions and immediately end your turn. Okay. So Rex is done. Frozen Spring is connected to base of the hill. Back and forth. 1 clue per investigator. So we need both of those. Shoot, if I'd have known that was a possibility, I would have wanted to put Pathfinder into play. Bummer. Them's the ropes. Rex is done. I'm not sure I've ever said them's the ropes before in my entire life. Beat Cop, Zoe's Cross, Prepared for the Worst. Zoe will spend 1, play Prepared for the Worst to search the top 9 cards of her deck for a weapon. 1, 2, 3. Let's not get these mixed up. Add it to your hand and then shuffle your deck. Machete, 45. Okay, so we have to shuffle. I think I'm going to go Machete, even though there is the drawback of it needing to be the only enemy engaged with you. It's 1 cheaper, and it's not limited by ammo. So we'll put the 45 back in here. Shuffle this up. This gets added to our hand. I think just as an action we'll play it so we have a weapon out. Okay, good with that. Is that what I want to play? Do I have another thing that costs 1 that I want to play? Let's play Zoe's Cross. So we can just spend a resource to deal damage. We're going to get a resource if we come engage with something. We can deal a damage with Zoe's Cross. That's her built-in combo inside her deck. All right, so we're done. There's no enemies. Reset. Draw a card and gain a resource. So Zoe's card is Guts. Rex's card is Emergency Cash. Resource and resource. Then our hand sizes are good. What is the hand size? 8? Oh yeah, it's right here. Discard down to 8. Next round, Mythos phase. Place of Doom. Lead investigator is going to be Rex, I think. I don't remember who it was before, but it's going to be Rex for this game. And we draw an encounter. So as the lead investigator, Rex is first. Of course, he would spawn a creature. Farthest location from you. It has Hunter and it has Retaliate. What manner of wolf has that many teeth? So does that mean it goes here? I mean, I don't think we can go through this spot, but I don't think the monster is limited. Prey is the lowest evasion, so that would be Zoe. Hunter and Retaliate. What does Retaliate do again? As I hide from the camera and grab the rulebook off the floor. I think if I miss, it damages me, is what Retaliate does. Each time an investigator fails a skill test while attacking a ready enemy with their death after applying all results, the enemy performs an attack. Yeah. Yeah. Set that up here instead of reaching down. Okay, that was Rex's card. Zoe's card. Rights Howled. Discard the top 3 cards of each investigator's deck. Each investigator at an altered location shuffles each weakness in his or her discard pile into his or her deck. It'd be nice if we got rid of... Oh, lucky. Well, there is a treachery weakness. Oh, but then each investigator at an altered location. We're not at an altered location. Okay. Mind over matter. Oh, word of protection. Search for the truth. Okay. Back to the investigators. Rex is going to play Pathfinder for 3. I wonder, actually, should I investigate and then figure out where I want to go? Yeah, let's investigate again. Let's get another location out before I go up and start getting clues. So we're still +1. And that's a +1, so it's successful. And I'm just going to go quick and stop. The Eerie Glade. After you reveal Eerie Glade, discard the top 2 cards of your deck for each action you have remaining. 1 action remaining, so 2 cards. The Necronomicon. I don't like this style of play, making me discard my deck. Is there going to be enough room for that? Just do this. Wait a minute. I screwed up. I'm not supposed to flip them until... I'm not supposed to know what they are until I go there. I gotta do this over. I investigated to put them into play, but it doesn't say reveal them. It just says put them into play. So I screwed myself out of an action last time. And these cards would not have been lost, so I'm just going to put them back into here. So I actually would have been able to play Pathfinder last time with that extra action. So I'm going to say I've got 2 actions left this turn. So easy fix. But knowing that is a possibility that I could lose the rest of my actions. Is there anything I want to do? With my remaining 2 actions before I move. I kind of want to save 1 resource for think on your feet in case an enemy's going to spawn at my location. Maybe I'll put the doctor into play. Move charisma and higher education down. And I'll play emergency cash for my 3rd action. Then I'm going to Pathfinder. We'll go here. And it is the one where you lose your actions. Pathfinder lets me move as a free action. I just have to exhaust it. Okay. Can Zoe do anything to investigate? No, she's only got 1 resource. She does have unexpected courage, which is wild. She'd be at a +1. It's going to take 2 turns. 1 turn the monster comes here and then goes there. Maybe we will. Wait, after you reveal... No, that's just revealing, okay. Not moving there. So Rex is done. Zoe will go. Her first action will be to move here. Okay, that's 1. 2, she's going to try to investigate and use her unexpected courage. Probably dumb, but I want to get going on this. So that brings her up to 4 to 3. She's at a +1. She does not have the 2 resources to spend. What I might do... That's all right. We're up by 1. This is kind of a long shot. -1. -3 instead if you're at an altered location. This is not altered. Okay, so that actually succeeded. She got a clue. Now what do I do with her last action? Let's get a resource. We can move towards Beat Cop. Okay, so Hunter hunts. Engage enemy's attack. Reset. Draw cards. Zoe gets flashlight. Right after she just got done investigating. And resource. Rex's card is a guts. And a resource. Hand size were good. Doom. And encounters Rex. Avian Thrall. Creature, monster, abomination. Prey with the lowest investigation. It's a hunter. While Avian Thrall is being attacked using a ranged firearm or spell asset, it gets -3 fight. Oh. That's kind of a bummer. And Zoe gets also an avian thrall. Becomes engaged. She gets a resource from her skill. And after she becomes engaged, spend a resource, deal a damage. So we spend it. Fight of 5, huh? Should have used the firearm. Because it's going to be even money with the fighting. Oh, you know what oh, but then, it's too late. I kept Think on Your Feet for a reason, but now it's too late. Well. So those are their cards. Now it's our turn. We've got Mind Over Matter. But we're only doing 1 damage, and this thing's got 4 health. We need to be doing extra damage. So I think we start over here. I was trying to save up for Beat Cop, but that doesn't look like it's going to happen at the moment. So he's going to spend 2 resources for Keen Eye to get a +1 attack or fight for the rest of the round, or the phase, sorry. So she's going to use Machete. She gets +1 for that. So 4, 5, 6 to 5. So we're up by 1. It does not have Retaliate. Okay, so we're up by 1. Oh, good. Get extra damage from that. That's 1 action. Second action. We fail. Third action. Tablet is -2, so we fail. Rex. Rex. So Rex wishes he had the disc out. Rex will play 1. We'll pay 1 to play Mind Over Matter. So we're using his Investigate instead of his attack. But we're only doing 1 damage, so this is terrible. I don't have enough cards to make higher education work. Even with book, I'm -1. I wonder if I should try to evade instead. I'm going to try to evade instead. I have 3. I'll use think on your feet to make it +1. I don't know if that's worth it. Hey, I didn't need to do that, but okay, so that guy was evaded. That's one action. I'm going to use the free move from Pathfinder to get out of dodge. So that's free. Then one second action will go up here. It's the same one we had before, Eerie Glade. We have to discard 2 cards because we've got 1 action left. An elusive. Oh, and our Dr. Milan Christopher figures. Okay. Now let's investigate that even money up there. 4 to 4. Hey, I'm getting, no, I'm not going to say anything. Not going to say anything. Okay, I think that's it. I believe that is it. Enemy phase. Enemies with the hunter keyword. Hunt. Zoe has some serious fighting to do. Each engaged enemy attacks if able. Yes. 1 and 1. And then we reset. Zoe's in some serious trouble because her weapon is like mostly useful if there's no other enemies engaged, and she's about to be surrounded. Reset, reset. Each investigator draws a card. Zoe's card, Overpower. And okay, we got the lab assistant. Let's get a resource. So we're at 5 resources and 2 resources. Oh, and this one would ready and came to play. Became engaged. Could gain a resource for that and Zoe's cross. To deal damage. Next round, we're at 5 out of 12 on the agenda. We need 2 more clues. All right. Bad cards. Rex. Visions of futures past. Test 5. Willpower. For each point you fail by, discard the top card of your deck. So we will guts to make it even. Because it's for each point you fail by. So 5 to 5. Oh my. Still not gonna say anything. Zoe. Spaces between. Hex hazard. Revelation. Flip each non-Sentinel Hill location in play to its unrevealed side, removing all clues from it. Each investigator and enemy at a location flipped in this way immediately moves to the nearest Sentinel Hill location. Shuffle each non-Sentinel Hill location so the players do not know which is which. Okay. I guess this is what happens. Now, I think this is what happens. It's lowest evasion. And I'm assuming those just came with her. That seems messed up enough. Wow. Okay. That was Zoe's card, so we're done drawing bad cards. Now, our turn. Zoe actually could get away. Rex is going to play Lab Assistant. Draw 2 cards. I drew an Inquiring Mind and a Magnifying Glass. That was 1. We've got extra what's it called? Ally slot because of our charisma, so we can have both Laboratory Assistant and the Good Doctor. That's fine. That was 1 action. Second action, we will Magnifying Glass. Oh no, it's not a second action. That's fast. It's free. Fast and free. How can you argue with that? Oh wait, if there are no clues in your location, return Magnifying Glass to your hands. So we don't put that out yet. And it's fast and free, so we don't have to worry about it. Right. Right. I'm nervous because one of these is a lose all of your actions location. Did I pay for the Laboratory Assistant? I don't think I did. I don't have to keep these cards if I don't want to. I could use the Doctor to get rid of 1. I'm good though. I'm just going to move and risk it. I don't think I'm going to use Pathfinder yet though. That's dumb. I might as well just use Pathfinder. I'm taking a chance here. Okay, so this is when I'm going to lose 4 cards though. And of course, none of them are weaknesses. So that was free. Now I'm putting 2 clues up there, right? Because it's when revealed. I've got 2 actions left. This is fast. There are clues there. So that's, I have 4, 5. I don't have 5 cards in my hand to use higher education. 5 to 4. Let's just do it. So we'll make it 8. Yeah, because if I use this and I do it by more than 2, I can get both of those clues. Yes, this is smart, I think. So 3 from Inquiring Mind. That makes 7, 8 to 4. I'm up by 4. But ideally, I win by 2. Yeah, -1. Okay, so I succeed. I get my normal one, and I get my 1 from the special power. Anything else trigger? No. There are no clues, so this goes back into my hand. But now we have to automatically, when we get these, we have to immediately turn them in and advance the act. During your search through the wooded paths around the base of Sentinel Hill, you come across a startling sight. A herd of sheep lays dead upon the ground and in a secluded clearing, their bloodied carcasses placed in a strange but careful pattern. Holding your nose against the stench of death, you step over mangled sheep on your way to the center of the odd formation. In the center of the sheep lies the corpse of a man. A clear jewel has been firmly pressed into his forehead, caving in the front of his skull. His eyes are wide, his face contorted in a vision of fear, as if beseeching you for mercy. Though you know better, you check for a pulse. As you touch the man's skin, the jewel in his forehead dissolves, and the woods around you seem to clear. The arcane presence masking the path further up the hill has faded. Reveal ascending path. Remove all clues from each location and play. Now there are none. Okay, so reveal ascending path. Ascending path is connected to each copy of altered path. Investigate. If you succeed, instead of discovering clues, put a random set-aside altered path into play. So just like the base of the hill, but now we're going with the altered paths. I don't think I'm going to come back down here. So let's just do this. And let's read the new act. It has a little dash mark. As you ascend the hill, the environment around you grows increasingly strange and otherworldly. The arcane energy feels even stronger here, crackling in the air and crawling on your skin. Clues cannot be placed on non-altered locations, so I couldn't even put a clue there if I revealed it anyway. When an investigator enters Sentinel Peak, advance. Okay, so we're just trying to get up to here. And they are connected. Okay, so we can only move up to Sentinel Peak by spending 4 clues. So we're gonna have to reveal altered locations and get clues off of them. Can't remember what happens when your deck runs out. You take damage or something, right? Or terror? I can't remember. Okay. I think Rex has an action left. You know what I want? I want a resource. Because I went up there with 2. I used 1, got both the clues, then all that stuff happened, yeah. I need cards so I can use higher education. Okay, Zoe. Can she get away? No, because they're all hunters. Overpower. Although maybe we can be strategic. Maybe. So we're going to attack this guy first. Machete does not give us a bonus. So we're at -1. Oh, this is not good. Oh boy. Can play Overpower to take it to +1. So we are at 6 to its 5. Man. Gotta go again, but now we're at -1. Can I evade? Do I have anything to help me evade? I mean, I could use elusive, but then they're all just gonna hunt and engage me anyway. This is not good. I'm going to almost have to fight or I'm going to take attacks of opportunity. Even at... Oh no, I still get +1, but I only get the extra damage if it's the only enemy. So this actually hits. Okay, good, fine. This one's dead. At least that's something. We've got one action left. I'm at a +1 if I go after this guy, but it has retaliate. Yeah, that -5 was really bad. Because let's see, 4, it doesn't matter, it's -5, right? I guess I go after the one that does not have retaliate. And it's still just even. That's -1. Okay. Not good. Enemies with Hunter, they're already engaged. Enemies attack, so. We're at 3 physical damage and 3 mental damage. Brain damage. I didn't even flip them over. Reset this stuff, and we'll draw. After you defeat a monster enemy, each investigator location heals horror equal to the enemy's horror value. Okay. Another laboratory assistant. I could swap them out and draw 2 new cards at a cost of 2 resources. So those are my cards and my resources. Now we do this stuff, all of this good stuff. Rex. Flip each non-sentinel, removing all clues from each investigator enemy location. This is the same one we just got. So this gets flipped over, and it gets moved for, oh wait. Each investigator enemy location flipped in this way immediately moves to the nearest Sentinel Hill location. Yeah, that was a free move. And I'm supposed to shuffle these, but I don't care about those anymore, so I'm not even going to worry about it. Because I don't think I'm ever going to those again. Okay, that was Rex, and now each investigator has Sentinel Hill location test. 4 willpower. Each investigator who fails takes 2 damage. She's at 4 to 4. Since she's doing so much fighting, we're going to use guts, so that makes it 6 to 4. Masked figure. Reveal another token. Cancel the effects and icons on skill cards. Ah. So now it's even. Oh, luck struck. But I cancel the effects. So I don't get to draw a card from guts. I don't take the damage. No, but now Rex has to do it. Did I say Rex over there on accident? Rex is -1 and nothing to commit. No cards are committed, so it doesn't really do anything. Hey, auto fail. So 2 damage for Rex. I already put the card over there. Now it's our turn. What can I do about these enemies? What did she draw? Yeah, she drew If It Bleeds, and he drew Lab Assistant. Maybe I have him go first. He's going to spend 2 resources and swap out his Lab Assistants, and he gets to draw 2 cards. Acquiring Mind, Professor Warren Rice. Is another investigate, or is an investigate bonus. I've only got 1 resource though. So that was 1 action. Man. I'll Pathfinder over to here. I've got 2 actions left. Let's investigate. So it is 4 to 3. I'm up by 1. +2. I'd be up by 3. There's no clues to discover. That's kind of a bummer. I can choose instead to automatically fail this skill test to draw 3 cards. Oh, I don't really want to burn through my deck any faster. Be nice to get some other cards though, because then higher education would trigger. No, I'm going to pass it. I just want to get moving along towards getting up to the mountain or the hill. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. With 1 action left. Man, there's stuff that's bad on being on altered paths, though. With 1 action left, I'm going to move up here. After reveal a terror in the path, take 2 damage if you have no actions remaining. One and 1. Two clues. All right, Rex is done with his turn. Zoe. Zoe, can she do it? If I play 2, I could get away. I could get away. Disengage. What does that buy me time to do? I get to move to here. Again, this is fast, so that's basically free. I'd be down 2 resources. Should I try to fight once first, just to put some damage out? Move for free. No, I want more resources so I can get Beat Cop out. So this is going to be a quick turn for Zoe. So 2 resources to play elusive. I get away and I disengage from these 2 guys. They don't exhaust, they just disengage from them. That is played. So I still have my 3 actions left because that was fast. Fast doesn't cause an action, right? Play it whenever and it doesn't cost an action. Play a fast card without spending an action, yeah. All right, 3 actions left. We're going to go up here. I'm going to spend 2 actions to get 2 resources. So then when I get my other resource next turn, I can play Beat Cop. And that'll help me fight. Yeah. All right. Hunters hunt, so they move to the middle. Nobody for them to attack. We reset that. Let's reset that. Can he get away? He's got the disc, but we've got other priorities at the moment. Okay, so cards and resources. Basic weakness. We'll go from 3 to 4. Add 1 here. Another magnifying glass. We do not need 2 of these. Oh, wait a minute. Why not? It's not unique. We don't have anything else in our hand. They're free and they're fast. Interesting. Oh, and before we play them, we've got 5 cards. All right. I think we're done. 7 of 12 there. Bad cards. Ancient Evils. Place 1 Doom. 8 of 12. Zoe's card is Frozen in Fear. You gotta be kidding me. Moving, fighting, and evading costs an additional action. Okay, so I think we'll have Zoe go first. Quick turn. She's going to use 4 resources to play Beat Cop. Got a machete. How do we want to arrange this? You guys all know I've got charisma, right? And keen eye. Beat Cop. Zoe's cross needs to be exhausted. And I think we'll just get rid of internal injury for the other 2 actions. Then, at the end of your turn, test 3 willpower, and she's got 4. So we're up by 1. Come on. This needs to go away. Our fighter cannot have Frozen in Fear. +1. -1 makes it even. See ya. Rex. With 2 resources, I think we will play Magnifying Glass. Magnifying Glass, that's only 2 hand items. Yep. So we are now at three, 2, 4, 5, 6. So we're up by 3. Up by 3. I think I'll hold on to Inquiring Minds. Ooh, what is this? -X. Discard the top 2 cards of your deck. Oh, great. So X is the cost. So we're up by 3. Oh, 0. Oh, and 0. Oh, both of our shortcuts, though. Darn it. Hey, but -0, which means we succeed by 2, which means we get both of these. We've got 2. We've got 2 actions left. These have to go back into our hand because there's no clues at our location. And I'm going to take a resource and then spend all 3 resources on the disc. That's us. Now Hunter's Hunt. I do believe they both go to her. She'll take the resource and Zoe's cross onto maybe the Lupine Thrall to be faster to get rid of it. Lowest book, lowest evasion, yeah. She's the prey for both of them. She'll take one of the mental. Beat Cop will take one. And she'll take both of the physical damage from their attacks. Do I have a window in there somewhere? Where's the rules reference? Does this have, yes, player window. That's skill test timing. Does that show any other player windows? It does. Enemy phase. Hunter enemies move. There was a player window before attacks began. So in that player window, I could have exhausted Beat Cop and given Beat Cop a damage and damaged that. I'm just doing that to set up for next turn. So that was enemies engaged attack. Yes, I took all the damage. Reset everything, because I wanted to do that before the reset happened. And we draw and get resources. Okay, overpower is good. Since we've got some enemies in front of our face. Amnesia. Choose and discard all but one card from your hand. I hate this stupid card. I'm going to keep the free magnifying glass. All of the discarding that happened and Amnesia couldn't have been discarded. This is in my hand, not in play. Okay. Where's my new lightning gun? I don't have 6 resources anyway, just to pay for it. So that was drawing, and I didn't get a resource. Did I get Zoe a resource? I did, because I spent all 4 of hers on the Beat Cop last turn. All right, so back to this. 9 of 12. Bad cards for Rex. Ancient Evils, 10 of 12. Bad card for Zoe. Beyond the Veil. Put Beyond the Veil into play in your threat area if there's no copy of Beyond the Veil in your threat area. If your deck has no cards in it, take 10 damage. Oh boy, and it has Surge. Devotee of the Key. Spawn Base of the Hill. At the end of the enemy phase, Devotee of the Key moves once toward Sentinel Peak. The Devotee of the Key is already at Sentinel Peak. Discard it and add 2 Doom to the current agenda instead. Those are those cards. Rex will go first. He will Pathfinder down to here. Then he's going to investigate. There's no clues, so he can't put that out. It figures I couldn't even use disc because it did not spawn at my location. 4 to 3. We need to get another altered location out. Get the clues. Okay. That was a +1 in case I went too fast. Altered path. I don't reveal it yet. I almost made that same mistake. So he's got 2 actions left. We will 3rd action down to here. Lost Memories. After reveal Lost Memories, take 1 horror for each action you have remaining. He's got 1 action remaining. We will throw that horror onto the Good Doctor. 2 clues. Now we can put this down. It's got 1 action remaining, right? So we will investigate against a 2. So we're at 4, 5 to 2. We're up by 3. We're close to having the 4 clues we need to get up to the peak, but I'm thinking maybe we'll have to fight Seth when we get up there. What did I say? We're up by 3. Oh no. -3 instead if you're at an altered location. So that's even money, so we just get 1 instead of 2. Okay. Now, some strategery here. I'm going to exhaust Beat Cop, give Beat Cop a damage to do a damage to the Lupine Thrall, and it should be gone. Now we're only faced with 1 enemy, and we have a 6 to its 5. Oh wait, actually I want to play this. If it bleeds for 1, because that was a monster that I defeated, and that enemy's horror value is 1, so I get to heal a horror. Okay. I'm going to play Overpower, so that's 2, 3, 4, 8 to 5. I'm up by 3. Oh, -3. We get +1 damage. It has 1 health left. That was our first action, right? First action was to do that. I get to draw a card because it was successful from Overpower. Guts. I guess you have to fight again. So it'll be 4, 5, 6 to 5 +1. I think I've only done 1 action. This was in a player window. Got rid of that guy. That was fast. Yeah, I still got 2 actions left. And we're at +1. Oh, Elder Sign. +1 damage, but it's enough to take it out. 1 action left. I think I move. Then I can do the engagement thing when this guy moves. I do not want to do that. I do not want to take the damage from him. That's dumb. I will engage him next turn. I've got 1 action left. I'm gonna get a resource. Oh no, this is at the end of the enemy phase. No, I'm moving. Attacks are done before he moves. Because he's not a hunter. Yeah, this is good. Well, it's good, but we're where we need to be. That's was the clue, so that's down. Okay, so enemies with hunter. There are no enemies with hunter. Each engaged enemy would do its thing. End of the turn, he moves, he engages. We get the resource from our thing, Zoe's Cross, and he takes the damage. Reset. And cards and resources. Before I forget, resource. I know that's out of order because there are some cards that make you lose resources, so, but I don't think I have that stuff. Dynamite Blast. Costs 5, it's expensive. Rex's card is Deduction. Deduction. If I need to get clues here, this could be helpful. Okay. I believe that's the end of our turn. Everything is reset. We got our cards and our resources. Oh boy, 10, 11 of 12. Rex's card, Altered Beast. If there are no Abomination enemies in play, Altered Beast gains Surge. Otherwise, choose an Abomination enemy, heal all damage, and attach it to it. But there are none in play, so it just gains Surge. So Rex's other card. Another Devotee at the base of the hill. Zoe's card, Light of Aforgonemon. You must attach light of this to either the current agenda or the current act. Limit 1 per agenda act. Treat all damage as direct damage and all horror as direct horror. I will put this on... I'll put it on the act because that's about to advance. They're both about to advance. You know, I'm making a huge assumption I'm going to get this and be able to move on to here this turn with Rex. But yes, I've got an ally here that can take some damage. Okay, anyway, those are my two cards. Each investigator takes their turn. Rex is going to go first. He's got this in play, so he's at 5 to 2. Are you serious? Okay, next action, still 5 to 2. Okay, succeeded by a lot. 2 actions down. We will no clues left, so that comes back into hand. Pathfinder for free. And then his last action is to move on to Sentinel Peak. Spending the 4 clues before we lose them. Force, when an investigator at this location draws a hex card, that investigator takes 1 damage. And there are 4 clues here. Victory 2. Okay, Rex is done, but we also advanced this. Approaching the peak of Sentinel Hill, you are confronted by several citizens of Dunwich. The man in the center of their circle chants in Latin while the others bow their heads in reverence. Seth Bishop, you ask presumptively? The man in the center raises his gaze in response, confirming your suspicions. You plead with the man to stop this madness, but he doesn't respond. You draw forth the silver constellation pendant you'd found on Silas's body and present it to Seth. This is all we found of your brother. You shout over the howling wind. Is this the fate you want for yourself, for all of us? You throw the pendant onto the ground. Staggered by the sight of it, he stumbles backwards and trips over his incantation, eyes widened. As he falls, the altar behind him splits open, and a torrent of energy pours from the stone, swirling into an open gate that swallows the man whole. You barely manage to dig your heels in and grab hold of a nearby rock in time to resist the pull of the gate. Remove the set-aside Seth Bishop enemy from the game. Okay, that seemed easy. I wonder how he would have come into play. So our new act. From the ruins of the headstone on the altar at the hill's peak, a gateway of churning, vibrant energy has appeared. A force like a hurricane erupts from the gate, bending trees and pulling debris into it. The howling of the gate drowns out all other sound. Somehow, you must find a way to close the gate. Objective: only investigators at Sentinel Peak may spin the requisite number of clues as a group to advance. Okay, so we need the 4 clues from there, basically, to advance. And the agenda is about to go also. I think we're in a good spot. Maybe I shouldn't have said something. So that's Rex's turn. And now we go to Zoe. What's the shroud there? The shroud is 4. Well, Zoe has to fight this devotee of the key. Devotee of the key. For 1, I guess. So 4, 5, 6 to his 3. She's up by 3. Ugh. He does not have retaliate. Okay. So 1 action down. Still up by 3. And that'll extra damage from the machete takes care of him. So I've got 1 action left. I think I'm just going to leave Zoe there to intercept that devotee of the key. And I may just take a resource. Is that what I want to do? Or do I want to go over there and protect Rex if I need to? He's got the disc. He's fine. Zoe's going to stay there. She's going to take a resource. Yep, and I think that's it. Okay. Enemies with the Hunter keyword. No enemies with Hunter. Engaged enemies attack. No engaged enemies. End of the enemy phase. Devotee moves. Engages. We get a resource. We use a resource. Do a damage. Upkeep. Reset everything. Get cards. Ooh, emergency cash. We could use that to set off dynamite. Another deduction. This is good. Yes, this is good. It doesn't say that we can only play 1 deduction. Practice. If this skill test is successful while investigating a location, discover 1 additional clue at the location. Man, if I drew the tentacle, that would be a major bummer. Cards have been drawn, resources have been gathered. Now we have to deal with this. We place a doom on here, and that's 12. If I could pick them up. As you explore the paths surrounding Sentinel Hill, the chanting at the hilltop rises to a crescendo and takes an otherworldly quality, reverberating through the trees as if carried by unseen currents. The world begins to change. The grass and trees dissolve like sugar in a cup of tea. A vast endless sky slices through the reality as you see before you, and you feel drawn to it, terrified and awestruck. The arcane power becomes distorted and seeps around you, creating strange alterations in the land. Shuffle the encounter discard pile into the encounter deck. That's it? I mean, we do have to draw from it, but that doesn't seem... Yeah, there's some enemies in there. And let's read this real quick. So this is the new agenda, 10 Doom. The old ones were, the old ones are, and the old ones shall be. not in the spaces we know, but between them. They walk serene and primal, with all this stuff on here, I cannot read it on there. Undimensioned and to us unseen. Oh, is that the name of this quest or scenario? Yog-Sothoth knows the gate. Yog-Sothoth is the gate. Yog-Sothoth is the key and guardian of the gate. Past, present, future, all are one in Yog-Sothoth. He knows where the old ones broke through of old, and where they shall break through again. He knows where they have trod earth's fields, and where they still tread them, and why no one can behold them. Okay, so 10 Doom. I want to quickly get some pile shuffling in here. I think we're in a good spot. We got a good chance of getting all 4 of those clues really quick with Rex. I felt like I was in a really bad spot at the very beginning of this scenario, but now it doesn't seem so bad. Perhaps I have played something incorrectly. When you're playing Arkham and you feel like you are going okay, it's possible that the decks are just awesome and built perfectly to take on this particular scenario. Maybe that's how I'll leave it. Okay, the agenda has been advanced. Now bad cards. Rex's bad card is Rotting Remains. Test 3 willpower for each one. You fail by take a horror. I have nothing to add there. I don't have enough to use higher education. And of course, it's not an enemy that I can just get rid of. So it is 3 to 3. This, am I at an altered location? No, is -1. I will just take it, and it's, yeah, I mean, he's got 9 horror that he can take, so fails by 1, takes 1. Zoe's card is Obscuring Fog. Hey, hey. +2 Shroud. Who cares? Don't care. Do I want Zoe to go first? No. We're just going to have Rex go first and try to win. Oh, was that a hex? No, that was not a hex. He did not draw a hex. Okay, just needed to check that. Since this is not a victory card, yeah, we'll just have Rex go first. We'll play Magnifying Glass. So I'm at 4, 5 to its 4, and I'll play double deduction. It doesn't say unique. It doesn't say you can only play 1 per skill test. So that's 4, 8, 9 to 4. -9 to 4. -1, so I win by 4, and that's enough to trigger his, so we get 1 normally, Rex's ability, and then deduction, I would get 4 more, but there's not that many there, so I get all these clues in one shot. Then I'm going to spend all 4 of these clues to advance the act. So only investigators at Sentinel Peak may spend the requisite number of clues as a group to advance. And all 4 were on Rex at Sentinel Hill. You don't know how to close this rolling gate before you, and with each passing moment, the force from within it grows in strength. You fear that whatever entity the sorcerers have summoned from beyond approaches. With no time to spare, you turn to the open tome on the stone altar, desperate for answers. Read Resolution 1. The poorly bound tome appears to be written records of old Whatley, the man who taught Wilbur the ancient secrets of sorcery. You find a passage describing a place outside of time and space, where worlds converge and Yog-Sothoth dwells. Only by reaching this nexus at the edge of reality can you unmake the tear that has split open the world. Feeling as you may be going to your doom, you muster a final ounce of courage and step into the gate. In your campaign log, record that the investigators entered the gate. Each investigator earns experience equal to the victory X value of each card in the victory display. And the story continues in Lost in Time and Space. So we got 2. I don't think there were any enemies that we killed. I didn't see anything else that had victory on it. No. All right. Any of the locations have victory? No. Those are flipped back over. So we got 2 experience points. And looks like we're going on to Lost in Time and Space. Playing this again reminds me of how much I really like this game. The story is great. There's a lot of decisions to make. Yeah, I'm sure I did some things incorrectly, so if you know, please leave me comments down below. That helps learn the game and do better on the next one. Okay, I hope you enjoyed this scenario and that you have been enjoying this entire series of the Dunwich Legacy and everything else that's being posted on the channel. Leave me comments down below, and if you haven't already, subscribe and hit the like button. That really helps. Okay, I'll see you in the next one.